So it was another one-possession loss at Panathinaikos last week, going down 96-94. Coach Sarunas Jasikaevicius keen to slow down the rip-and-run offense of Alba Berlin. It's the visiting team playing in yellow who control the opening tip. Peyton Siva picked up by Nigel Hayes on the perimeter. Matchup B being played as Malaknis pursuing Giedraitis around the screen. Rokas Giedraitis committing the traveling violation. Turnover on the first trip down the floor for Alba Berlin. Giedraitis keen to put on a good show, of course, against so many of his national team colleagues. Walk up to the high post to Landale. Malaknis from the corner for three. In and out rebound, Luke Sikma. Luke Sikma 7th in the rebounding charts at 6.4 per night. Wrapping up that defensive board to give Zalgiris Kaunas no opportunity on the offensive glass. Rim shot from the perimeter, Hermansson hustling after it. It's Nigel Hayes who ran it down. He takes it up the far sideline. Now looking to back down, Luke Sikma. Kicks to the perimeter at Garasilanovas to the high post in Landale. Walker all alone. Front rim on the shot. Climbing high is Rokas Giedraitis for the ball. Hermansson defended by Hayes. Motion on this strong side. Inside to Luke Sikma, bounce pass to the perimeter, eventually finds Peyton Siva, who drives, kicks to the corner. Rokas Giedraitis for three, and Rokas Giedraitis opens the scoring. A three-pointer from the corner. That puts his team up by 3. Rokas Giedraitis shooting 41% from downtown this campaign, deep into the Zalgiris shot clock. Walkup has to pull the trigger over Noko. Front rim on the shot, Hermansson with the board. So nice catch by Landry Noko. Nice pickup there by Rokas Giedraitis. Extends his streak of three-pointers made in a game to 10 of the last 11 now, having connected from the corner to open the scoring. So lots of contact. The ball was preparing to be inbounded. Lukas Lukaivičius checking into the game. Garasilanovas receiving an earful from coach Sarunas Jasikaevicius as he makes his way to the bench. So Walker, Landry Noko helping out. Jock Landale, short corner, faces up and drains it. Zalgiris Kaunas with their first points on the board. Jock Landale who opens the scoring. They trail by 1. Giedraitis fakes the 3. Malaknis right underneath him. Sikma initiating contact against Hayes, pivoting in the paint. Got the hook shot away, but couldn't find the range. Walker being pursued by Peyton Siva. Malaknis. Landry Noko out to the high post. Jock Landale driving, gets to the rim with the left hand, but can't find the finish. Nigel Hayes takes it away. Landale gives it back to him. But dropping down, covering ground is Peyton Siva to break up the interior pass attempt. And that takes a couple of ticks off the Zalgiris Kaunas shot clock. So Thomas Walkup looking to inbound from the end line. Nice cut, what a catch and what a finish. Terrific inbound play. Thomas Walkup alert. Terrific hands demonstrated by Arturas Malaknis. Puts his team up by 1. Peyton Siva, crossover down the lane, followed up by Landry Noko. I think it's Noko who's going to be credited for that offensive rebound and stick back, because it was coming out of the cylinder. Landry Noko made sure. So Lukaivičius to Landale. Open man in the corner is looked off. John Landale has his shot rubbed out by Landry-Noko. Setting up camp in the corner was Arturas Malaknis. Jock Landale going for the seemingly higher percentage shot on the inside. Landale beats the shot clock buzzer. Back iron on the shot with the short corner J. His rebound, Alba Berlin. Peyton Siva out to Sikma. That's going to be a travel to give the basketball away. First turnover of the game for Luke Sikma, the third for Alba Berlin. That is one way to slow down any fluidity they hope to establish. Here's confirmation of the fact that Alba Berlin giving away the ball far too frequently in the opening quarter for their liking. Lukaivičius inside to Landale, beautiful catch, nice drop step. Can't find a finish on the inside, but comes back with an offensive rebound. So too does Nigel Hayes. And the tenacity of Zalgiris Kaunas rewarded. The extra possessions resulting in a bucket. They lead by 1, 6-5 the score. So Nigel Hayes with his first score of the game. Got a whistle from the baseline official. That's on Arturas Malaknis. Thomas walk up. Jock Landale take a seat on the bench. Gareth Silanovis checking back into the game. Zach Leday seeing his first court time tonight. Sikma catches the inbound pass, pulls the trigger on the short corner J. Back iron on the shot. So Malaknis called for the foul on the previous trip down the floor. That's his first. Lukaivičius into Leday. He's got a huge size advantage. Really look to back down Siva. No, it goes to Nigel Hayes. Does that count the basket? Is that a continuation? I think it is. Because there's the contact from Marcus Eriksson and Landry-Noko. Nigel Hayes taking it to the rack. And count the basket for Nigel Hayes. That takes him to 4 points in the game. Zalgiris Kaunas with their largest lead of the game. Looking to build on it here with the three-point play opportunity. So Nigel Hayes completes the three-point play to put his team up by 4. He moves to 5 points in the game to lead all scorers in the early stages. So halfway through the opening quarter, Peyton Siva with the travel. It's another needless giveaway committed by Alba Berlin, but you have to credit the Zalgiris Kaunas defense, because when Peyton Siva caught the basketball, he shaped up to shoot. Good to see Kaspis Kambala in the crowd here at the Zalgiris Arena. His compatriot, Myris Briadis, has got a big day coming up in the cruiserweight division when he's fighting for the Ring Magazine Championship belt. The Riga Arena in Latvia against the KO Dr. Iunie Dortikos in a couple of months' time. But back to the basketball. It's a two-score game here. Zalgiris Kaunas with their largest lead of the game. Ahead by 4. Peyton Siva called for the foul. That's his first. So it's Malaknis looking to inbound. Zach Leday makes himself available. He's got the ball in the high post and provides a shovel pass. Nice ball movement, and Nigel Hayes gets the shooter's roll. 7 points in the game for Nigel Hayes. And he has yet to miss from either the field or the free throw line. The advantage is 6. For the home team. Siva being forced left. Too much contact from Lukas Lukaivičius. He's called for the foul. That's his first. So Sikma in the high post. Bounce pass down to Landry-Noko. He's looking for an outlet. He bounces off the foot of Edgaras Silanovis, but no call. Zalgiris Kaunas force another turnover. Malaknis to Zach Leday, fakes the shot. Now looking to back down Landry-Noko into the lane. Nice catch by Malaknis. Down into a double team. Karolis working the dribble against Zalgiris. Into the lane with a high-stepping drive. Rokas JOKUBAITIS with his floater, short on the shot, offensive rebound wrapped up by Zalgiris. Karolis for three, and he cans it. Karolis from downtown puts his team up by 9. And it is a 10-0 run. 10 points posted without reply. Sees Zalgiris Kaunas in a commanding position on the scoreboard beyond the midpoint of this first quarter here at the Zalgiris Arena. So full court pressure being applied by Zalgiris Kaunas. Marcus Eriksson being made to work all 94 feet as he brings the ball up court. Hermansson waiting for motion on the baseline. He's being guarded by LUKOSIUNAS. Eriksson all alone for three. The wrong man to leave open, but he can't end Alba Berlin's scoring drought. Karolis pushing hard down to the three-point line, and that's a turnover. He's hustling back after it. It's a over and back violation, a backcourt violation. That's really unfortunate. From Zalgiris Kaunas' point of view, you can see he went for the outlet, and LUKOSIUNAS got his feet tangled up with those of Martin Hermansson, resulting in a turnover, first of the game committed by the home team. Hermansson for three, front rim on the shot, offensive rebound, wrapped up by Johannes Thiemann. Good work on the glass from Thiemann, averaging 2.9 rebounds per game. And that snaps the run of 10 points without reply. Zalgiris put on the board to go up by 9. Well, the floater not falling for Rokas JOKUBAITIS. Karolis getting a hand on the offensive rebound, but not able to bring it home. Hermansson to the glass, offensive rebound again, and Johannes Thiemann is proving to be a real catalyst for Alba Berlin off the bench. Into the game, instant impact, back-to-back offensive rebounds and back-to-back stickbacks to reduce the arrears to 5. Lede working in the low post, hanging in the air, nothing but net from Zach Lede on the nice move in the low post. Zalgiris Kaunas leading by 7, 16-9 the score. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Eriksson driving on Malaknis, kick to the corner. Hermansson for three, back iron on the shot, rebound Nigel Hayes. JOKUBAITIS pushing hard down his near side. And Karolis with a Euro step into 2 Alba Berlin defenders. He collapses to the court, but Zach Lede made the catch and the finish to put his team up by 9 once again. Zalgiris Kaunas doubling up Alba Berlin. Just under a minute and a half to play here in the first quarter. Tyler Kavanaugh on the pull-up. Zach Lede and Johannes Thiemann locking horns down low. I'm sure if you're the Zalgiris Kaunas coaching staff, you don't really mind that foul, because when a Zalgiris player didn't put a body on Johannes Thiemann when he checked into the game, he snared 2 quick offensive rebounds and got both buckets to fall. Wholesale changes for Zalgiris Kaunas, checking in to the game for the first time. Karolis Yankunas, KC Rivers, and Rokas JOKUBAITIS. JOKUBAITIS, 3 minutes against Panathinaikos. In around 20 defeats on the road, seeing his first action here tonight. Johannes Thiemann, and we see his numbers on the campaign. 75% coming into this game, but now having gone 0 of 2, those numbers are going to dip slightly. He's now 12 of 18 from the stripe. Well, you got to admire the young man's preparedness. Rokas JOKUBAITIS taking it straight to the jersey of Martin Hermansson. Hermansson called for his first foul. JOKUBAITIS handling the defensive pressure being applied by Hermansson. Karolis into Zach Lede. He's going one-on-one with Thiemann. Dropping down to double team is Niels Gaffay. Short J from the dots. Terrific hustle by Edgaras Selenovas once again, scrambling after the basketball and producing a recycled offense. Karolis LUKOSIUNAS pushed out to the perimeter by Marcus Eriksson, but he's got the size advantage. Casey Rivers from downtown, 30% on the season from three-point territory, but remember he's a 38% shooter for his career in this, his 7th season in the Euroleague. As Tiemann for 3, in and out. So now the shot clock has been turned off. We have a whistle on the play. Alba Berlin still with fouls to give, but currently enjoying their largest lead of the game. Well, there'll be no panic. You can be assured of that with Coach Haito Garcia Reneses over on the sideline. His team have put just 9 first-quarter points on the board, and I'm sure that will be cause for concern. Really aggressive play, and taking it to the hole is Rokas JOKUBAITIS, his first points of the game. The lead is 14. Alba Berlin, the 4th leading scoring team in the competition, who power in 84.8 points per game, have been locked down to the tune of just 9 first-quarter points here at the Rokas Žalgiris Arena. Score after 10 minutes of play. Zalgiris Kaunas 23, Alba Berlin 9. To return before the end of the regular season. So if that timetable or an approximation of that timetable can be adhered to, he will be a welcome addition to the efforts of Zalgiris Kaunas as they look to continue their climb up the table. Currently in 18th place, but they've started with a terrific first quarter here, leading by 14. Zach Ledé in the high post, working one-on-one, spins into the lane. Tyler Kavanaugh wraps up the board. Thomas Walkup thinking that he wrapped up the ball cleanly, but Makai Mason drawing the foul on that drive to the hoop. So Makai Mason, a 93% foul shooter so far this season. He's missed just twice in his 28 attempts. He's going to the free throw line for 2 shots as he looks to snap the 7-0 run that Alba Berlin was subjected to in the closing stages of the first quarter. Back iron on the shot from Makai Mason. Thomas Walkup grabs the defensive board but has lost the basketball. Good hustle to recover possession. Defended by Eriksson. Brings his man down to the corner. LUKOSIUNAS coming to set a screen. He rolled, but the pass is broken up. Eriksson with an effective deflection, which leads to an Alba Berlin transition opportunity. Peyton Siver fakes the 3. Side dribble to the left. Can't get the shot to fall. Rebound Zach Ledé. We heard Sarunas Jasikaevicius say they want to slow down Alba Berlin's running game. Casey Rivers pivoting in the post. Extra pass. Rotates around the perimeter to Rokas JOKUBAITIS, who connects from downtown. His first 3-point field goal of the season puts his team up by 16, their largest lead of the game. 3-pointer fired, but off the mark from Eriksson. Beautiful lead pass as Zach Ledé takes it to the hole and gets it to fall. Fantastic transition basketball from Zalgiris Kaunas. Sees them take an 18-point lead. Beautiful feed. Zach Ledé not having to break stride. Thomas Walkup precise with that full court pass. And it is all Zalgiris Kaunas in the first half here. So Zach Ledé unable to complete the 3-point play. Mason rotates the basketball, the deep three-pointer off the mark. Another rebound, Zach Leday. Tyler Kavanaugh is 0 of 3 from downtown in 11 minutes in round 20 play. Still yet to find the range here tonight. Leday. KC Rivers going one-on-one against Kavanaugh. He fancies this matchup, down to the free throw line, pulling up and beats the shot clock buzzer with the dead-eye jump shot from just beneath the foul line. Patient half-court offense from Zalgiris Kaunas, who lead by 20. Alba Berlin being trebled up to the tune of 30 points to 10 with 2.5 minutes gone in the second quarter. Nice catch on the cut from Luke Sigma, and he finishes. First points of the game for Sigma. So it's Rivers once again. Zach Leday rolls out of the double team, gives it back to Rivers, who fires for 3. Nothing but twine for KC Rivers. 5 points in a row. And his team lead by 21. Alba Berlin appear as though they don't know what has hit them here in this first half. But it is the free-flowing, energetic play of Zalgiris Kaunas. Tyler Kavanaugh fouled as he took the ball to the hoop. Rokas JOKUBAITIS will be called for his second. Tyler Kavanaugh will go to the free throw line. KC Rivers warming up nicely. Irish Dragonis with an enigmatic smile from the sidelines. No doubt pleased by what he's witnessing from his teammates here tonight. So Tyler Kavanaugh perfect from the free throw line. So Landrinoko checking back into the game. Jonas Matisek checking in for the first time. KC Rivers orchestrating matters from the baseline from where he is preparing to inbound. JOKUBAITIS working against Peyton Siva. Down to the logo and forced to turn by the quickness of Peyton Siva. Ulanovas into the lane, back to JOKUBAITIS looking for his second 3. And he is making three-point shooting look easy. The first 3-pointers of his Euroleague campaign, and he is a perfect 2 for 2 from downtown. And Zalgiris Kaunas currently trading 3s for 2s, but that is quickly countered by a 3 from Marcus Eriksson. Marcus Eriksson, 47% from downtown this season, and that extends his streak of made 3-pointers to 25 of the last 26 games. KC Rivers, and KC Rivers is lighting up Alba Berlin from all over the court. 11 points in the game on perfect shooting from the field. Remember, he made his season debut for Zalgiris Kaunas against Alba Berlin in the German capital in round 11, and he went 0 for 4 from downtown that night. He is paying them back with interest here at the Zalgiris Arena tonight in round 21. What a cameo from young Rokas JOKUBAITIS. Terrific performance. 6 points on perfect shooting from 3-point territory. So Peyton Siva into the lane, hangs it up for Landrinoko. Landrinoko appeared to be a little late to react, but he made the catch and the conversion nonetheless. Brings his team back to within 20. So approaching the midpoint of the second quarter. Zalgiris Kaunas looking to maintain and build upon the momentum they have established. Zach Leday double teamed, he puts the ball on the floor, bulldozes his way to the hoop, rejected by the Alba Berlin defense, but on cleanup duty was Karolis LUKOSIUNAS with his first points of the game. Peyton Sieva, offensive foul committed by Alba Berlin. Luke Sigma called for the offensive foul, and that is his first. So there's the offensive foul. Karolis LUKOSIUNAS, Luke Sigma wrapping up arms in the high post. Timeout on the floor, and it is all Zalgiris staff of Zalgiris Kaunas. So it's Walkup working against Matisek. KC Rivers defended by Hermansen. Zach Leday one-on-one in the post with Sigma. Ball is tapped over back into their own half, but the shot clock will continue to tick. Thomas Walkup has got to be aware of that. He goes one-on-one, spins his way in the lane. He's lost his balance. Oh, my goodness. And he gets the miracle shot to fall. He had lost his balance on the spin move, was careening across the court, heading for the hardwood, tossed it up, and the prayer off the window was answered. Thomas Walkup with his first points in the game to put his team up by 24, their largest lead of the game. Look at this. Terrific play by Thomas Walkup. And when this type of thing is falling, well, collectively, you're just left with the impression that it is going to be Zalgiris Kaunas' night. But Alba Berlin, of course, will have something to say about that. Landrinoko off the mark with the jump hook. Zalgiris Kaunas doing an outstanding job on the boards. Walkup into the lane and out again. Zach Leday setting a screen. KC Rivers step back through off the dribble, in and out, but a good look for KC Rivers. Stroking the ball confidently tonight. Rokas JOKUBAITIS on the drive, gets it to go. Aggressive take to the basket by Rokas JOKUBAITIS. His first two-point field goal of the game takes him to 5 points in the game. And you can only imagine what the national team practices are like when Rokas JOKUBAITIS and Edgaras Ilinovas are going head-to-head on the wing. Both adept at putting the ball on the floor and playing in the low post as well. Two incredibly dynamic players. And those are one-on-one duels that I'd pay to watch, because they're so similar in many regards. High-energy players, high-stepping their way down court and taking the ball to the basket in aggressive fashion. It was Rokas JOKUBAITIS who came out on top in that particular duel. Edgaras Ilinovas called for his second foul. So Rokas JOKUBAITIS completes the three-point play, reduces the arrears to 21. So 3.5 minutes left. If Alba Berlin could get this down to around 15, I'm sure they would take that, given that they've been down by as many as 24. Landale in the high post. Walkup receives the basketball. Malaknis fakes the three, pushes off his man. Short corner J is nothing but net. So 23 points the advantage. Landrinoko with the offensive rebound. Jock Landale may be called for the foul. So Jock Landale called for his first. He gave Landrinoko a little love tap after the Alba Berlin center wrapped up the basketball. Well, that seems as though it's the only thing that can slow KC Rivers down tonight. Landrinoko to the free throw line with Zalgiris Kaunas in the penalty. Can't find the range on the first. 67% foul shooter for his career. Here's Landrinoko. See his numbers, he just missed one tonight. But good on the second. So Zach Leday gives it to Landale in the high post, not really squaring up. Malaknis to Walkup. That's a huge size advantage for Walkup here. Niels Gaffay being active in the low post. Walkup for three, front rim on the shot. Jock Landale gets the ball, and what a hustle play by Thomas Walkup to tap it to Malaknis. Fakes the three, does Walkup, gets to the free throw line and cans the 15-foot pull-up J. 4 points in the game for Thomas Walkup. The lead is 24 for Zalgiris Kaunas. Landry Noko fouled in the paint once again. They're going to want to prevent him from getting such optimal position for Alba Berlin. Racing down the floor, nobody picking him up. So Landry Noko to the free throw line for foul shots 3 and 4 tonight. So Landry Noko makes both. He moves to 7 points in the game, leads his team in scoring. And now it's double teaming, trapping, full court press being applied, but he's broken. And the drive and dish from Rokas JOKUBAITIS hooked up Jock Landale for the two-fisted jam. What a way to break a press. To go up by 24 points in the game, equaling their largest lead of the game. Hermansen beneath the free throw line, deflected out of bounds by the anticipation from Arturas Malaknis. Drive and dish played perfectly by Rokas JOKUBAITIS. So 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock for Alba Berlin. Wow, that's an aberration of a pass from Niels Gaffay. The intention was clear, but that's incredibly ambitious. And it's not as though it was a catch and shoot immediately situation with 6 seconds left on the shot clock. So another turnover committed by the visiting team. That is their 7th. Whistle on the play as Jock Landale took it to the hoop. So Tim Schneider called for his first foul. Alba Berlin still with fouls to give. So Landale in the high post. He gives it to Malaknis, who fires for three, short on the shot. Nigel Hayes after it, coming down with it is Rokas JOKUBAITIS, a terrific offensive rebound. He finds Landale. Landale drives, pump fakes to get the defender in the air. Niels and Jock Landale finishing as Landry Noko took the fake hook, line and sinker. JOKUBAITIS for three. And Rokas JOKUBAITIS in the thick of everything good for Zalgiris Kaunas tonight. 9 points in the game on perfect shooting from the field. He equals his career high. And he puts his team up by a 29-point margin. Nigel Hayes has the rebound knocked away from him. Matisek kicked out of bounds by Nigel Hayes. It'll be 14 seconds on the sideline possession for Alba Berlin. Hermansen rotates it to Matisek. Shot clock down to 5. Matisek's going to have to pull the trigger here. A fadeaway J from the corner, and surprisingly results in an air ball. Shot clock violation committed by Alba Berlin. Terrific defense played. Oh, now what's the call here?
All right? Here, our press break. 4-position player, Nigel. He goes here, you go here. You go in the middle, safety pass. Then when you pass the half court, they're gonna do the same thing. Okay, somewhere
Well, Rokas JOKUBAITIS equaling his career high tonight. And he produced with Zalgiris Kaunas against Darius Shafaka. Round 28 of last season. First 3-pointers. Euroleague season tonight. Home team with a 29-point lead. So Landrinoko will be at the foul line. He's making a good living there so far this evening. 3 of 4 from the free throw line in his 7-point total. Jock Landale committing that foul with less than a second on the shot clock to send Noko to the free throw line for foul shots 5 and 6 so far tonight. So Landrinoko, perfect from the free throw line. Encouragement from the traveling Alba Berlin fans here at the Zalgiris Arena. And Zalgiris Kaunas, 31 points on the board. We've got, what, a difference of 2.4 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock in the closing stages of quarter number 2. Zalgiris Kaunas to the free throw line just twice, but when you've knocked down 7 of 12 3-pointers, I'm sure they would take that equation any day of the week. So Rokas JOKUBAITIS pounding the rock, splitting defenders, bounce pass inside to Jock Landale. Rokas JOKUBAITIS kicks the perimeter, Casey Rivers back iron on the shot, offensive rebound, Jock Landale, he didn't fire because the half-time buzzer has sounded, but what an energetic half of basketball produced by Zalgiris Kaunas, locking down Alba Berlin to just 9 points in the first quarter, which is absolutely extraordinary, and then limiting them to 18 points in the second quarter, while they put 30. Zalgiris Kaunas. But make no mistake, they are playing with energy and intensity, and Alba Berlin are finding difficult to withstand. Second half underway here at the Zalgiris Arena. It's the home team who have the opening possession. Thomas Walker electing to skip the pass all the way to Nigel Hayes, and Nigel Hayes continues his perfect shooting from the field. His first 3-pointer of the night sees him 4 of 4 from the field, and he puts his team up by 30, the largest lead of the game so far. Sigma working one-on-one with Hayes. Hayes with too much contact. Sigma doing a good job drawing the foul. So the skip pass all the way across court. Alba Berlin not closing out quickly enough. Eriksson fakes the shot, fires an off-balance J, which is a really difficult look at the bucket. Thankfully, from Alba Berlin's perspective, Nigel Hayes couldn't wrap up the defensive rebound. He deflects it out of bounds. It's a new 14 for Zalgiris Kaunas. Excuse me, for Alba Berlin. Rokas JOKUBAITIS with the catch. Jock Landale wraps up the defensive board with one hand. Casey Rivers all the way down to the corner. Landale rotates it to Walker. Looking for holes. Jock Landale up strong and fouled hard by Luke Sigma, but he will go to the free throw line. Beautiful ball movement by Zalgiris Kaunas. So Jock Landale to the free throw line for the first time tonight. 80% foul shooter coming into this game. Jock Landale makes the first. Sigma called for his second foul. Well, if this game century is being flashed up elsewhere in the Euroleague, viewers may well adjust their sets as Peyton Seaver takes it to the hole, can't find the finish. Nigel Hayes with the defensive board. The advantage is 32 as Landale goes to the pretty reverse beneath the bucket to pile on Alba Berlin's misery. 34 points the lead in a Euroleague fixture. Eriksson for three, front rim on the shot. And at some point, if it continues in this vein, the coaches are going to have a decision to make. Because do you leave the starters out there when the game is over as a contest? Zalgiris Kaunas will want to continue to keep the energy and the momentum that has carried them to this 34-point advantage. Of course, throwing in the towel, not an option in the sport of basketball. But if this was a boxing match, if it carries on like this for much longer, either the referee or the corner could well call off the fight. Nigel Hayes doing a good job getting to the free throw line, selling a pump fake to Rokas JOKUBAITIS. 34-point deficit, and precisely the type of start that Alba Berlin were looking to avoid. A 7-0 run has been put together. Nigel Hayes at the free throw line to remain perfect from everywhere. "36 points is the margin that Alba Berlin are trailing by. Being subjected to a 9-0 run to begin the second half. Peyton Seaver has used his dribble. Ball in the hands of JOKUBAITIS. Luke Sigma at the high post. Eriksson for three. Front rim on the shot as he continues to clang it off the iron. Nigel Hayes thinking he got that rebound cleanly, and once again, Landry Noko's industry on the interior has to be commended because he is fighting furiously for position beneath the bucket. Nigel Hayes called for the foul. He has to take a seat on the bench, having been assessed for his third. Nigel Hayes cutting a frustrated figure as he takes a seat on the bench because he's approaching his career high of 15. So that snaps the 9-0 run that Zalgiris Kaunas used to open the second half. Alba Berlin getting their first 3 points on the board. Terrific hustle by walk-up as JOKUBAITIS looked to move to a new career high but couldn't find the range. So Luke Sigma with the score in transition off the nice feed on the break. JOKUBAITIS beneath the baseline and out the other side. Picked off by Peyton Seaver. Terrific feat to keep himself in bounds. Oh, that's a high-speed collision between Thomas Walkup and Rokas JOKUBAITIS. Nice pick here by Peyton Seaver, getting his feet down like a gridiron wideout. Rokas JOKUBAITIS looking for options. Thomas Walkup to stand stationary in front of him, and how about this for a high-speed collision? My goodness. Two big bodies coming together at speed. Elbow jump shot off the mark from Rokas JOKUBAITIS. Sigma playing point forward. Back to Sigma, fires for three, and he drains it. So Alba Berlin making a little bit of a run, and the position in which they find themselves, not suggesting that they're going to give up for a moment, because they are capable of putting points on the board in a hurry. Some outstanding players to choose from. Shot blockers, three-point gunners, wizard ball handlers, so many outstanding players, so much variety. Go to the Euroleague website and cast your vote for your all-decade nominee. So Nigel Hayes back into the game. Casey Rivers, defended by Kavanaugh. Hayes rotates the basketball. Lukaitis into the lane, kicks to Casey Rivers for three. Terrific half-court offense once again. Beautiful patience. And the drive and dish from Rokas Lukaitis, finding Casey Rivers on the perimeter to take him to 14 points in the game. Lukaitis pushing quickly once more. Landale looked at a three, he gave it back to Lukaitis. He's beneath the basket, but into the hands of Giedraitis. 2-on-1 opportunity. Peyton Siva looking for his second three of the night and splashes it home. Peyton Siva connecting on his second three-pointer of the half. It was he who ended the scoring drought after Alba Berlin put on the wrong end of a 9-0 run to trail by 36 at 63-27. Nigel Hayes, short corner J, front rim on the shot. That is the first miss from the field for Nigel Hayes tonight. So Siva fakes the three. Ball gets its way through to Tyler Kavanaugh, but he doesn't get the shooter's roll. So Jock Landale has to take a seat on the bench, having picked up foul number 3. Kavanaugh can't find the range on the first miss from the stripe tonight, having made his previous 2 foul shots. Tyler Kavanaugh resuming regular service. It was his first miss from the free throw line in his first season in the Euroleague. He was perfect 12 of 12 prior to that missed first free throw on that trip. So Rokas Lukaitis beneath the bucket, now looking for a receiver. Casey Rivers provides an outlet. Rivers to the wing. Yankunas for 3, front rim on the shot. Peyton Siva with the board. "36 points has been the largest lead of the game so far, as Peyton Siva almost lost the handle but managed to recover. Lukaitis defending aggressively, forcing in baseline. He gets all the way beneath the bucket, goes to the reverse. Ball still loose. Wrapped up by Tyler Kavanaugh. Nice retrieval. Peyton Siva fakes the 3, steps inside for a short corner J, and nails the baseline jump shot. Peyton Siva with 8 points in the game, and they have all come so far in this second half. Yankunas with a rather careless-looking pass. Didn't make its way through to Rokas Lukaitis. Niels Gaffay thinking that he's not the last man to touch it. So Karolis Lukosiunas back into the game. Casey Rivers taking a seat on the bench. So deep into the shot clock, Rokas Lukaitis kicks to Karolis Lukosiunas, who fires for 3. And it is another three-pointer to beat the shot clock buzzer from Zalgiris Kaunas. Karolis Lukosiunas perfect from three-point territory for his 6 points in the game. And Zalgiris Kaunas continuing to shoot over 50% on 19 three-ball attempts. Tyler Kavanaugh from the corner, finding the stroke after going 0 for from downtown in round 20. So he'll feel good about things after getting the shot to fall. Well, I thought it was a three-pointer, but it must have been a long-range 2 for Tyler Kavanaugh. Yeah, his team called for his first. So Karolis Lukosiunas to the free throw line. 7 points in the game for Karolis Lukosiunas. Scored 7 in the round 11 fixture in the German capital. It was a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line. It was perfect on that trip, with one more to come. So Karolis LUKOSIUNAS, a perfect 3 for 3 from the free throw line. .29 points the advantage as Marcus Eriksson connects from downtown. 6 points in the game for him. 2 of 6 shooting from three-point land. So LUKOSIUNAS goes to the one-legged floater, and this time he does get it to fall. He couldn't find a range on that in the first half. No such difficulties on that occasion. Over the top of Johannes Thiemann. Rokas JOKUBAITIS moves to 4 points in the game. Hermansen pulls up from the high post. Front rim on the shot. JOKUBAITIS bounces it off his own foot. After being challenged, trying to grab that defensive board. It's the highest scoring quarter so far for Alba Berlin. They're actually within one of Zalgiris Kaunas. 2019 the score so far in this third quarter. Niels Gefai in the low post. Baseline is open. He spins back that way, right into Zach Ledé, but couldn't get it to fall. Karolis LUKOSIUNAS will be called for the foul. So Niels Gefai to the free throw line. 74% foul shooter for his career is Niels Gefai. Makes both. So Karolis LUKOSIUNAS takes a seat on the bench. One-legged floater in evidence once again. What an offensive rebound from Zach Ledé, and up again in an instant to get the stick back to fall. 6 points in the game after Zach Ledé's second offensive rebound. 8 points in the game after that stick back. Rokas JOKUBAITIS for 3. Long on the shot. We've got a foul. Karolis JOKUBAITIS grabbed that rebound, and I think it's caught on Tyler Kavanaugh. So both teams now in the penalty, so it's a trip to the free throw line for Karolis JOKUBAITIS. 79% foul shooter during the course of his record-breaking career. 5th in terms of free throws made across the 15 completed seasons he's played in the Euroleague. Makes both to put his team up by 30. Thiemann. Almost picked off, but into the hands of Johannes Thiemann once again. He fights for his own offensive rebound, and again, he's doing a terrific job on the offensive board. 6 points in the game, and all 3 of his buckets have come off offensive rebounds. That one was off his own miss. And prior to that, he checked into the game, snatched 2 quick offensive boards, and made the stick back on both occasions. KC Rivers, 17 points in the game as he splashes home another 3-pointer. 5 of 7 from downtown is a 71% success rate. His team up by 31. Hermansen into Tiemann. Nice offload. Tyler Cavanaugh has it broken up by Paulius Jankūnas. Shot clock continues to tick. Tiemann's going to fire for three. Now, is this a case of deja vu? Is there a foul beneath the bucket as the shot clock was about to expire? I think there is, but unlike the previous occasion where Jock Landale was called for the foul on Landry Noko, here it is a foul called against Alba Berlin, which will send Paulius Jankūnas to the free throw line. So Johannes Tiemann shooting from what is beyond his range, really. So 1 second on the clock or thereabouts. Let's see if we can get it precise. You can see Paulius Jankūnas being elbowed to the court by Tyler Cavanaugh before that. Plenty of hip and left elbow in that takedown move, and it's being called an unsportsmanlike foul just to continue to pile the misery on Alba Berlin. So this will be 2 shots and possession. And it looks as though we could be in for another 30-point quarter for Zalgiris Kaunas, but I said that assuming that Jankūnas was going to make his first foul shot. He goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So now here is the ensuing possession. Potential 5-point trip down the floor. See them come away with 4. KC Rivers got a pretty hot hand tonight, puts it inside to Jankūnas. Matchup defense being played. Jankūnas keeps it himself. All hail Paulius Jankūnas as he completes that 3-point play. And it is another 30-point quarter. Nice follow by Rokas JOKUBAITIS. They have their high-scoring quarter of the contest, scoring 23. So they've been outscored by 7. 30 points in consecutive quarters for Zalgiris Kaunas. Leading this one at a canter. 32 points the advantage. So the 4th quarter underway. Alba Berlin playing for pride. Not that they're going to give up. They have to continue to compete here. I'm sure they will have been set small targets. Can they win a 2-minute span? Can they win the quarter? Nice stroke from Niels Gaffay, the 3rd most accurate 3-point shooter in the league, connecting on his first 3-pointer of the night. Moved to 5 points in the game. Double team down in the low post. Skip pass all the way across to Rokas JOKUBAITIS. Zach Ledé with a nice catch. Ulanovas fakes the 3. Is that a traveling violation or a foul down in the block? Wow. Paulius Jankūnas spending a lot of time on the court tonight. He was tossed down by an unsportsmanlike foul previously and then just barreled out of the way. But he has been caught for an illegal screen. So Tiemann in the high post, lob passing tight to Tim Schneider. He's short on the attempt as he was double teamed by Jankūnas and Ulanovas. Zach Ledé brings it over half. Zach Ledé on the wing, now backing down his man. Niels Gaffay threatening with a double team. JOKUBAITIS catches, but not as a shooter. He drives aggressively, jumps to pass. Rotation from Ulanovas to Jankūnas, and he splashes it home to join the 3-point party here at the Žalgiris Arena. Zalgiris Kaunas 12 of 21 from downtown tonight. And Paulius Jankūnas makes his first 3-pointer as Johannes Tiemann slices to the bucket. To move to 8 points in the game, Johannes Tiemann. approaching his career high of 11. Zach Ledee, double teamed in the high post, splits the double team with a power dribble. Ulanovas for three, back iron on the shot. Thomas Walkup runs down the defensive board. Ulanovas again, this time he had an eternity to line it up, and he landed it with a swish. Edgaras Ulanovas, 3 of 4 from downtown, puts his team up by 33. Nice hustle by Thomas Walkup once again. Rokas JOKUBAITIS, pursuit of Thomas Walkup. Zach Ledee kicks to the perimeter. Edgaras Ulanovas drives into the lane. What an offload. Karolis LUKOSIUNAS had his shot broken up, but Edgaras Ulanovas on cleanup duty. 10 points in the game on really efficient shooting. Lead is 35. Zach Ledee with the block. Tim Schneider getting nothing easy. And Alba Berlin looking like a broken team here tonight, as Rokas JOKUBAITIS moves to a new career high of 11 points in Euroleague play. Energetically, right from the opening tip, they're currently enjoying their largest lead of the game. And you have to give credit to Zalgiris, Kaunas, because in a game such as this, it would be easy to lose concentration, to take a collective foot off the gas, but there has been no let-up from Zalgiris, Kaunas, as evidenced by that block shot by Zach Ledee just a couple of possessions ago. Jonas Matisek off the mark. So good to see Karolis LUKOSIUNAS getting some court time. Made his Euroleague debut in round 4, was last on court in round 16, but he's getting some valuable minutes here tonight. His team in a commanding position as Peyton Siva looks for three-pointer number 3. He gets his own offensive rebound. Luke Sikma fouled by Karolis LUKOSIUNAS. Sikma did a good job running down the basketball. So Jock Landale checking back into the game. Karolis LUKOSIUNAS checks out, having made a three-pointer earlier on. He's a 29% three-point shooter for his career, is 1 of 2 tonight. Luke Sikma hits the J from the wing. Luke Sikma, 9 points in the game now. No player for Alba Berlin in double figures. So Sikma offloads to Peyton Siva. So Peyton Siva moves to double digits. First Alba Berlin player scoring double figures. If you're Alba Berlin, well, just over 4 minutes gone in the quarter, but you want this one to be over as quickly as possible. It's been a difficult night to endure, but credit to them, they are still competing. Rokas JOKUBAITIS committing the foul in transition against Marcus Ericsson. As previously mentioned, they were far more competitive in the third quarter, putting their most points on the board, but they still lost it 30-25. So far in this one, they can take the lead here if Marcus Ericsson make both foul shots. The lead in the quarter, that is. Currently tied at 10 points apiece in quarter number 4. And it remains that way as Marcus Ericsson goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So Peyton Siva called for the foul. That's his second. Numbers for Karolis LUKOSIUNAS tonight. All-time leading rebounder in the Euroleague. taken away by Marcus Eriksson. Ripped right back by Edgaras Ulanovas. Jock Landale up strong and finishes at the hoop. Jock Landale with the finish after the steal was recovered by Edgaras Ulanovas. 12 points in the game for Jock Landale. Eriksson off the mark. So Ulanovas. Edgaras Ulanovas can't finish off the window. And then Landry-Noko doing a good job on the boards. He is fouled. Well, bar something befalling Zalgiris Kaunas in the remaining 4 minutes and 51 seconds. This is going to be the first game this campaign where Zalgiris Kaunas have put 100 points on the board. The question is, how big will the winning margin be? We mentioned about the small tasks, the small challenges that will be laid down by the Alba Berlin coaching staff in a game where the overall result is beyond dispute. I'm sure that the Zalgiris Kaunas coaching staff will have come up with similar ingenious methods to keep their team motivated. Ensure that they don't become complacent, having fought their way to such a large lead. So Martinez Geben to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Can't find the range. 8 of 9 from the stripe, coming in for an 82% success rate in his first Euroleague season. And he makes the second. Well, given the way they've shot tonight, 13 of 23 from downtown, it would be fitting for Zalgiris Kaunas to bring the 100 up with a three-pointer. Landry-Noko going to work in the low post, gets the hook shot to fall. Nice low post play for Landry-Noko. 3 of 4 from the field for a team high 13 points in the game for Landry-Noko. So a trip to the free throw line for Karolis LUKOSIUNAS. First free throws of his Euroleague career tonight. Oh, excuse me, fouls to give for Alba Berlin, so no trip to the free throw line yet. It's Zalgiris who are in the penalty. So JOKUBAITIS working the dribble. Acrobatic shot attempted on the drive. Can't find the range. Peyton Siva behind the back pass to Neil Gaffay. Neil Gaffay front rim on the shot. And we've had a foul on Jock Landale. So that is going to be foul number 4. And again, Landry-Noko proven to be a real handful and difficult to keep off the offensive glass. Five rebounds hauled in by Landry-Noko tonight. Make no mistake, his presence has been felt on the interior. He's drawn a bunch of fouls on Zalgiris Kaunas. Preparing for foul shot number 10, and he's only missed once. So Landry-Noko to 15 points in the game, approaching his career high of 17. Geben receives the basketball on the shovel pass. Now the three-pointer fired, but back iron on the shot from Karolis LUKOSIUNAS. Makai Mason Straight into the hands of Arturas Milaknis. He pulls up for a transition three. Long on the shot. What an offensive rebound by Jock Landale. Back to Arturas Milaknis. And it's a recycled 14 for Zalgiris Kaunas. Jock Landale receives a lob pass broken up by Peyton Siva. Rokas JOKUBAITIS on the spin and finishing with the pretty fast break score. Going practically coast to coast to move to 10 points in the game. So Jock Landale for three. It's an air ball. Well, Jock Landale, 29% from downtown so far this campaign. I suppose if you're going to shoot a three-pointer, being up 27 is as good a time as any to do it. And that same mentality being adopted by Karolis LUKOSIUNAS. Makai Mason drives. Off the mark, Landry-Noko with his third offensive rebound. Rokas JOKUBAITIS gets the floater to go. Rokas JOKUBAITIS with 12 points in the game on 4 of 5 shooting from two-point territory. So the fourth quarter currently being won by Alba Berlin, outscoring Zalgiris Kaunas by 7. Zalgiris Kaunas have put just 13 points on the board so far in quarter number 4, but the Zalgiris Kaunas coaching staff, led by Zalgiris Jasakaibachis, taking the opportunity to try new rotations, to blood new players, young players, get them invaluable minutes in a capacity arena. And this type of experience, something that can't be bought, of course. So it's terrific to see Karolis LUKOSIUNAS out there on the floor. So a perfect trip to the free throw line for Peyton Siva. As Alba Berlin continue to reduce the arrears, but that is not going to alter the result. Nice catch on the inside, and Martinez Geben rocks the rim with a two-handed jam, his first field goal of the night. Zalgiris Kaunas within one score of scoring 100 points for the first time this campaign. Giffey off the pull-up three. Can't get it to go. Pushing hard is Karolis LUKOSIUNAS. JOKUBAITIS to the window, back out, three-pointer fired and drained. Karolis LUKOSIUNAS with his first score of the night takes Zalgiris Kaunas to beyond 100 points for the first time this season. So, count the bucket for Alba Berlin. So Karolis LUKOSIUNAS connecting from downtown to bring the 100 up. So less than a minute to play here. Flurry of three-pointers would see Zalgiris Kaunas surpass their all-time scoring total in the Euroleague of 107 points. So Landale receives the inbound pass. Nice catch inside, nice low post move, and Geben with the finish with the hook after faking to his right shoulder, coming back the other way and dropping the hook shot in. So baseline open for Niels Giffey. Kicks back to the perimeter, three-pointer fired by Makai Mason. So Makai Mason getting some empty calories in the closing stages of this contest. Zalgiris kind of selecting to dribble this one out. A terrific performance by the home team, who have put a beat down on Alba Berlin to even up the season series, prevailing by a 34-point margin. Final score here.